How are you this morning? Isn't that the truth? Okay, let me open up my book, and then we will start our morning off with our pledges to the Bible. Let's hold out our hands. I pledge allegiance to the Bible, God's holy word. I will make it a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. I will hide its words in my heart that I might not sin against God. We'll do our pledge to the American flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Very good. Speaking of United States of America, does anybody know what special event is happening today? Does anyone know, Selah? The election. Who are we voting for today? Well, lots of people, but who's the main person, Sloan, or people that we're voting for? Let me ask it a different way. What, boys and girls, control yourselves. Let me ask it a different way. Very good, Sloan. Thank you for your honesty. What political office are we voting for? Let's see, Joshua. The White House is where this person stays. Let's see, Emma. The President of the United States. It's a big day. Selah, did you have something to add? So there's a Republican candidate and there's a Democrat candidate. I will let you talk more about that at home with your own parents. So we will move on. We are talking this week about the virtue of honesty. So before we begin our virtue, let's review our catechism. I ask the question, you answer. First one is, did Adam keep the covenant of life? No, he sinned against God. Now here is the new one we learned this week. It was a bit difficult, but we will do it anyway, and we'll do it together. I ask, what is sin? And you say, sin is any lack of conformity to or transgression of the law of God. Let's do it again. I ask, what is sin? Sin is any lack of conformity to or transgression of the law of God. Very good, boys and girls. Let's go through our etiquette. First, tell me, what is etiquette? Etiquette is... That was good, but I think we can do that a little bit better. Etiquette is... Much better. A handshake is... Very good. And the last one is... Love is... Or actually, I'm sorry, I asked that incorrectly. Just love... I'm learning these sound-offs with you, so good job, boys and girls. Okay, honesty. We've learned that honesty, while it might not be that hard to define, it's actually a really hard virtue to live out. So tell me, by raising your hand, what is the virtue of honesty? What does it mean? Let's see, yes. Very good. It's being truthful. Honesty is being truthful, even when we don't want to, even when it might cost us something like a friendship, or we might get a consequence because we tell the truth that we did something. The virtue of honesty is being truthful. I have a story today about the virtue of honesty. I have a book that I love. It's one of my most favorite children's books in the whole wide world. It is called the Children's Book of Virtues. There it is, the Children's Book of Virtues, and it teaches you all about different virtues. And this one was written by a man. It's a fable. So a fable is a short story that teaches us something, and it's usually with animals, talking animals. So this man named Aesop wrote this story, I'm sure you've heard of it, called The Boy Who Cried. We will go over what happens when we lie and when we are not honest. So first, before we get started in our story, the moral or the lesson of the story is the fastest way to lose what we call our good character is to lose our honesty. So I will say that again. The fastest way to lose what we call our good character is to lose our honesty. And it is. Lying chips away at us little by little, and over time, the more we do it, the more we believe the lies we tell. It's a very dangerous thing to do. So I will tell you what happens to this boy who decides to cry wolf. The story goes, there was once a shepherd boy who kept his flock at a little distance from the village. Once, he thought he would play a trick on the villagers and have some fun at their expense. So he ran toward the village, crying out with all his might, "Wolf, wolf, come help! The wolves are at my lambs." The kind villagers left their work and ran to the field to help him. But when they got there, the boy laughed at them for their pains, for there was no wolf. Still another day, the boy tried the same trick, and the villagers came running to help and were laughed at again. Then one day, a wolf did break in and began to kill the lambs. In a great fright, the boy ran back for help. "Wolf, wolf," he screamed, "there's a wolf in the flock, help." The villagers heard him, but they thought it was another mean trick. No one paid attention or went near him, and the shepherd boy lost all of his sheep. That is the kind of thing that happens to people when they lie. Even when they do tell the truth, they are still not believed. So, tell me again, what happens, raise your hand if you can tell me, if we lie over and over and over again? Tatum. No one will believe you anymore. Another thing happens that I mentioned before this story. Do we sometimes believe our own lies after a while? You can just answer, yes, we do. So, is honesty, while an easy virtue to define, is it an easy virtue to live out? No, it's really not. But the Bible also tells us, one, the commandment is, thou shalt not bear false witness against our neighbor. But then one of the other Bible verses, and some of you have actually learned this for your Bible memory, is Proverbs, 6:16 to 19. I think that's it. Did not write it down, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. There are 6 things the Lord hates, 7 that are detestable to him: haughty eyes and a lying. It's a very serious virtue. Thank you, boys and girls. We will move on into our hymn, We Plow.
Good morning. Let's go over the words just to the chorus again. Ready? All good gifts around us are sent from heaven above. So thank the Lord, oh thank the Lord for all his love. All good gifts around us are sent from heaven above. So thank the Lord, oh thank the Lord for all
All right, good job, boys and girls. The Lord be with you. Y'all have a good rest of your day.